This is an address to the nation by the Prime Minister, Gillard.
Good evening. I want to talk to you tonight about why the government is putting a price on carbon.
There will be no carbon tax under the government I lead.
We've had a long debate about climate change in this country.
You've been saying that the political response to climate change is a global conspiracy to create a one world government, the same sort of sentiment we heard from John.
Well, no, I didn't say it was a conspiracy to create a world government. I said there is a treaty draft in which it was very clear that a government, and the word was used in that context for the first time that I've ever seen in an international treaty, a world government was going to be created. It was going to be given overarching powers to control the economies, to tax nations that belong to the Framework Convention on Climate Change. This was a major grab for power by bureaucratic centralists, and they had actually put a treaty draft through which had gone through several negotiating rounds, and not one Western country had taken out the anti-democratic provisions that John Smeet has just been talking about.
This notion of world government, though, I mean, it's a pretty controversial term to be throwing around. Why is it any more different than the other global treaties and summits we engage in, and rules and regulations like the World Trade Organization?
Of course, the answer is because of the extraordinary powers it was going to be given. For instance, the right to set all market rules was going to be given to this new world government. There'd be no such thing as a free market anymore.
We already have market rules that the world's agreed on through the WTO.
Yes, they do, but those are agreed on as a technocratic thing. Here, they were proposing to give total control of all world markets, not just the very limited role the WTO has, to an unelected authority. Now, I think that if you need a world government, and I think that Australia is a democratic country, then it would prefer that we should, as the peoples of the world, elect that world government when it's going to be given the same powers effectively as a government here, only on a worldwide scale. No taxation without representation, that's the old principle, and democracy is a valuable thing, and I realise that the ABC is not particularly keen on that, but I am, and so are the people of Australia.
Why should Australia not be the centre of what is inevitably going to be a global parliamentary governance down the line, if we human beings are going to live with each other?
We're living through exceptionally difficult times. The financial crisis and its dramatic impact on employment and budgets, the climate crisis which threatens our very survival, a period of anxiety, uncertainty and lack of confidence. Yet these problems can be overcome by a joint effort in and between our countries. 2009 is also the first year of global governance, with the establishment of the G20 in the middle of the financial crisis. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet.
But we've now had the debate. 2011 is the year we decide that as a nation we want a clean energy future. Now is the time to move from words to deeds.
There will be no carbon tax under the government I lead.
You stated in your remarks to the Commonwealth Club in San Francisco that one of the most powerful religions in the Western world is environmentalism. Can you explain why you refer to environmentalism as a religion?
Because I have training in anthropology, the idea that anthropologists have about what constitutes a religion or what functions a religion serves are a little bit different from how you think about it if you categorize religions as, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, something like that. So from the standpoint of an anthropological view, a religion is a collective set of beliefs. There is a leader or leaders who promote the beliefs among the followers. Followers make some kind of contribution or change in their lifestyle based on the religious belief. The religious belief gives them a total view of the world in terms of how the world is structured, what's right, what's wrong, what's good action, what's bad action. That all fits perfectly onto environmentalism. The other thing that environmentalism does, which I said to this group, is that it rather precisely maps a lot of Judeo-Christian beliefs about the origin of the world and so on, so that in environmental thinking there is a view that there used to be a sort of Eden, and then people came and ruined that Eden, and that we are therefore sort of original sinners because we're destroying this planet. And what we can do, however, is get salvation through sustainability. And if you're a good person, you will seek salvation, and if you're a bad person, you'll drive SUVs.
So I've decided most of the money raised from the carbon price will be used to fund tax cuts, pension increases and higher family payments. These will be permanent, matching the carbon price over time. Not everyone will be financially better off. There's no money tree. The budget has to add up. But I want people who need help most to get the help they need.
So I asked the question, what's the point of all of this? This is a redistribution pretending to be compensation. It's a tax increase pretending to be an environmental policy. It's socialism masquerading as environmentalism. That's what this is.
And we are a confident, creative people. I see a great clean energy future for our great country. I know we can get there together.
There will be no carbon tax under the government I lead.